No, we're live. Good morning, by the way.
Good morning.
Did you
I
have?
have a funny story to tell you.
Ooh.
Before I do any class, I ground myself in meditation and I just channel and I take notes. And I'm really good at, with my eyes closed, just taking the notes. But today I had my Palo Santo burning, and I put the paper down with my eyes closed because I'm going to take notes during meditation. And I smelled burning, but it's, who knows? My Palo Santo is going, and my notes were on fire on my desk. And it's like, okay, are we in a Mercury retrograde? Because that, like, what is the chance of a piece of paper catching on fire? Like, none.
Well, these days, I think the chances are going up.
Right?
Spontaneous combustion seems to be more likely.
Yeah, it was the strangest thing, and I did nothing about it because I'm like, I smell burning, but that's pretty normal around here. It was fun. So some of the channeled notes I have are just, they don't exist anymore. I was like, okay, well, maybe that was for me. Maybe that wasn't for the collective.
Maybe you
Like,
released something.
that's a really good one. I probably actually released something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good.
Yeah,
How are
especially
you?
when you write things down on a piece of paper and then burn it. Doesn't it have some kind of an extra oomph to it when you do that?
It really does. Metaphysically, the meaning behind that is that information comes in through our pineal. This is our God brain, and it comes to guide us and keep us in alignment. Ego's purpose is to navigate the outside world, but it's been corrupted. And so as we channel in the messages, they sit in the heart space, which is soul's sacred space, to make sure that the message are in alignment. And then they go into the body to tell the cells what to do, and they emerge back to the heart. The heart connects to your dominant hand. You write what's coming out of your heart. And then when you burn it, the fire is the only element that can transform all of the other elements almost immediately.
Is that why we choose to burn bodies? I don't know why, but I had a Viking pyre in my head when you explained that. I don't know what it's doing in there. But was that essentially what they were doing? They were also releasing then and transmuting.
Yeah, they were transmuting them back to their original form, which is stardust. The saying in a funeral pyre would be ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So when the body becomes ash again, it's transmuted into dust, our original form, stardust, and then we are returned home fully.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so cool. So cool.
So, the significant, by the way, good morning, everybody. I'm so already into the conversation with Tracy. I'm like, it's just the two of us, you know. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Yes. Tammy says, I have to catch you on YouTube because Facebook does not give me notifications. Yes, I have a YouTube channel that has the same name, Astral Exploration with Lara Star, and it's much easier. If you subscribe to that, you get notifications instantly. But when you see that, you're always welcome to come and join us on Facebook as well to join the rest of the conversation in the comments. And thank you very much for joining us, Traci, because this is quite an energetic powerhouse of a day, isn't it?
It's more expansive this year than it has been in many years for three big reasons. We're in a year of 8, so it's the 8th month, the 8th day, the 8th year, which creates the portal, the channel of information expands. But we're also on the back end of a new moon, and we're in the midst of Mercury retrograde. And so we have all of this energy swirling around this portal, and it's asking you one really important question. Are you grounded in who you want to be? Are you grounded in why you chose Earth energy at this time, in this very specific timeline? And so if we can really ground ourselves over maybe the next month, we're going to find such magical illuminations show up right in front of us. We are not going to need to search for those illuminations. They're right there.
Beautifully said. I feel that these transmuted energies lately it's almost like things are ramping up. They're getting crazier. When we have a day like today, it's like you see an acceleration of sorts.
Yeah. And isn't that the gift of fifth dimensional ascension, is that the more work that we do to remove the non-beneficial, the attachments, the generational trauma, it's a clear path. And so we're going to ascend. Imagine it's a really hot day and you're in a room full of people and the only fan is at the front of the room on a little bit of a stage. Every now and then you get a blast of that cool and it's such a relief, but it's not enough. But as people start to move out of the way, as there is a clear path to that fan, you don't have to get right up in that fan to feel it. You literally just open your arms and you allow that cool wave to find you. And that's what's happening. So many of us are unpacking our bullshit. We're unpacking generations of trauma. We're unpacking lies that we've been told that were not meant to serve us. And now, as this portal opens, it's a clear channel of cosmic intelligence moving through this incredibly powerful translation tool called our body. And then we're also getting support from Mother Earth. It's pure magic. It's pure magic.
I think that many of us are starting to feel these energy shifts too. This week it's been, for example, the Mercury retrograde tends to be one of the more obvious energetic fluctuations because communication starts to break down a little bit. You have to work a little harder to get people to understand you and to express yourself, because sometimes it's like things get lost in translation. Do you have any advice for people that feel like they're being misunderstood right now due to all these confusing energies?
Yeah, I definitely do. I'd like to start by saying that I am not an expert in astrology or astronomy. I know barely my own stuff, but I am a mystic and I have been initiated in mystical tradition for almost 20 years. And so I want to take it from that perspective. And so from that perspective, we understand what hasn't been corrupted versus the information that is corrupted. And so Mercury retrograde has been corrupted. It has been used as an energy to fear. The reason that it's challenging to communicate during retrograde is because if you don't know at the core of your being what your truth is, if you're not rooted in what you want to speak, and if your thoughts and your words aren't aligned to your true actions, then Mercury retrograde is going to be a wild, really painful ride, because its purpose is to align you to your truth. It's an illusion that the planet is moving backwards. And so that illusion entices us to recognize in this moment, if we go back into the past and we take off that backpack of baggage, that generational trauma, the bullshit stories, the lies that we have accepted, and we stand in our own power, we literally awaken within our own truth, that we are clear. We are not misunderstood. We are able to understand others and they are more clear. And so we've been confused with people don't understand me, with I don't know who I truly am, and I've put so many different messages out and I don't like the way they're being received. And so it's an opportunity to recognize that when this energy takes you out of awareness, that it is your moment. Oh, I just saw Jessica said it. I'm gonna repeat your words, Jessica, because they're beautiful. Retrogrades give us the opportunity to go within, slow down, and review what no longer serves us. There is no better statement than that. Like, that's now a meme, Jessica, with your name on the bottom of it. Yeah. So the gift of retrograde is exactly that. It's a gift. So in these moments, these difficult, I don't know the number, I think 26 days. In these difficult 26 days, it's not to fight against and be better understood. It's to recognize when and where you don't feel understood so that you can align with your own power.
Makes you wonder why technology seems to go on the fritz as well. It's almost like it's connected to that as well. Is there a form of it that is connected to technology too then? So that's why it's
One,
also affected.
yeah, 100%. Everything on this planet is energy.
Yeah.
And if energy is not in alignment to a highest good, like if my frequency and vibration is X, my highest good is X. If my frequency and vibration is Y, my highest good is
Did
Y.
you see that?
No, but I saw you react. What happened?
My light. Did you guys see that? That was crazy. I have not seen my light dim like that in quite a while, actually. Somebody's here saying hello.
Let's find out who that is.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I don't know who that was. They want us to know they're here though.
And do they want us to understand that technology, so for example, technology used for the highest good, technology used from a place of gratitude, technology not taken advantage of, is going to operate just fine. But if you're rushing, you're doing too much, you're out of alignment with your truth, it's causing you harm in any way, it's dimming your light, then it's not going to work. And not to punish you. It's to say align to your truth. So cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Align to your truth. That's something that all of us are still working to do in many ways because we're still discovering our truth. And it changes, it feels like, from moment to moment sometimes.
Well, here's the challenge, and not necessarily anything that you have to believe in, but if you open your mind to what I'm sharing, it can change everything. In mysticism, we believe that we chose Earth as a school of sorts, and there are 12 very, very specific lessons. I've gone through them before, so I won't spend too much time on them, but the first pillar is self, and those main lessons are physical well-being, so embodying this experience, emotional competence, so being guided by soul's light through our feelings, mental capacity, attuning our mind to cosmic intelligence, not to collective corruption, spiritual connection, and knowing that we are a conduit for cosmic intelligence, but also for Mother Earth. And when that portal is open, we are literally fuel. We are, our minds create, our bodies create, our hearts create. And finally, the fifth is character. When you are physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually aligned, you know exactly who you are and who you want to be. And so this is the work, is learning those earth lessons. And so yes, it changes in two ways. You either elevate to a new awareness and you embody it, or you fall out of it and you got to work your way back up. Or you embody a next level and a next level and a next level. So the work is never done.
Oh.
It's a choice. Are you going to be consciously aware of what you've learned and what it means to you, and disregard everything else that's not in your highest good? If we can do that with kindness and compassion, well, this would be a different world. So
This
totally
is the
different.
name of the game we're playing right now.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So the 8-8 portal. A lot of
Mhm.
us have been feeling overwhelmed lately. Do you think that might be part of it? Do you think, because this, especially the last week, it's almost been like this heaviness or this foreboding feeling. Like it's hard to explain. Do you think that's part of it, or do you think this is more of like the changing of energies lately?
I think they're both the same thing.
Interesting.
Imagine walking up to a mystical castle, and the door is like 5 stories big, like the doors you would have seen in The Hobbit or something. Like, they're massive doors. It takes so much energy and time, because we literally live in a reality, not a truth, but a reality of time. Imagine it takes so much time to open that door
Mm.
until it's fully open. But then it takes the exact same amount of time to close it. This is the natural law of rhythm. So Lionsgate Portal this year, 888, so it's a triple expansion, started on July 26th. The door started opening. Now, here on August 8th, the door is wide open, and it's going to be for this entire energetic cycle. This entire cycle around our sun keeps the door open to our spiritual sun, which is Sirius, which
Yes.
is the main star that Lionsgate Portal is activated. And it's going to take until August 12th to close that door. And so in mystical societies, specifically Egyptian-based mystical societies, we believe that this is the time that we journey to a location. We pilgrimage. We gather together as a community to sit in this magnificent energy, but as a community. And imagine we're sitting in circle. Your left hand is up and your right hand is down, and everybody does the same thing, and they gather together, and we create this link, a literal circuit of energy
Oh, I like that.
to create a reality. And this is what's happening. And over maybe the last, for sure, 6,000 years that we have been in this patriarchal society, that link is broken. That circuit is broken. We don't pilgrimage to the sacred places anymore. We don't gather in a circle of giving and receiving. And so I want you to imagine that this heaviness that we're experiencing, especially leading up to big events like this, is a calling from cosmic intelligence saying, gather in community, be together.
Love that.
And so it's time. So you're going to feel things like headaches and
I was just
fatigue.
about to ask you, there are physical symptoms that go along with this, because some of us, I've noticed a few people that are sick right now that are feeling very,
Yeah,
almost like flu-like symptoms.
fair enough. It's the body aches, right? Because
Yeah.
this is part of the natural law of correspondence. What's going to happen to expand conscious in the spiritual realm is going to have to expand the physical experience in the material realm. And so it's going to be, the more we resist, and in this particular Earth lesson, this month of August, we're in the cosmic cycle called social. It's not social by mistake. The Lion's Gate opens in the energy of social because we're meant to pilgrimage, to gather as community. And if we're not gathering as community, which since COVID has been less and less of a thing, our physical bodies are going to experience it more and more. And those physical symptoms, Laura, they have a meaning. If you don't mind, I'm going to pop along the list, and I'm just going to give an example. Okay, so Ray says, my wrists and hands have been hurting a lot. So Ray, that's heart chakra. Out of alignment, it's sadness, grief, and a perceived sense of loss of self. At the very center is our sacred heart. It's the base of our innate biofield. And our biofield is actually a figure 8 that is activated by our conscious awareness. And I'll talk about that in a moment. But our arms are an extension of that. As far as your arms can go is your own personal bioenergetic field, above, below, all around. So when your wrists hurt, you're getting farther away from your center, and you're becoming inflexible. And so the right wrist means you're inflexible with others. The left wrist means you're being inflexible with yourself. Our fingers are our most powerful wands of energy. Our pointer finger is a laser focus of intention. Our middle finger is a laser focus of energy. It's a direct line from our Akashic record through our pineal, through our heart, our hara, back to our heart, down our arm, out our finger. This is the most powerful energy human exists.
Good to know. Well, I can see why we use it the way we do.
For sure. We do, for sure. Well, Holly's
I was going to say, you started a precedent here. You got a whole list of symptoms.
Let's try it, because this is really important.
It is.
Holly's right wrist is broken. So she wasn't being inflexible with others. She broke the ability to be flexible. It's a fresh start. It's a new beginning. Your bones literally have to recreate themselves. That is pretty cool.
What about for somebody that's noticed their lady cycle move? For example, like mine is always on the full moon. Always. It's really weird how it actually happens. Always on the full moon. It's like full moon, timing. So I wonder why, for one of us, was saying that they've moved theirs from the full moon to the new moon, how it's shifted. Any idea as to why you would shift that cycle?
A bunch of things. It may depend on who you're in community with. Women's cycles line up, and the most powerful of the energies, they'll line to that. And the most powerful is usually the most grounded. It doesn't mean the most beneficial.
Really
it means
weird.
the most grounded. So your cycle might be affected by who you're spending time with. And here's something really challenging about social infrastructure. Your energy and your social infrastructure are tied to the 5 energies that you spend the most time with. It's not your 5 best friends. It's not the 5 people you love. It's who you spend time with. So if you're in social media and it is not beneficial, if you are watching television and it's not beneficial, if you're sitting beside negative so-and-so at work all day long, you are affected because your highest frequency and vibration is going to align with that frequency.
The dominant frequency affects all the frequencies around it. Yes.
That's correct. And so I would imagine that your cycle has changed because the frequency around you has changed in some way. And so you either were not in alignment following that cycle, or you're not in alignment following this cycle, and only you will be able to know that difference. Only you will be able to know that difference.
So what about ringing in the ears? Because I just had a deafening ring in my right ear there. What about that? If it comes in a certain ear or a certain pitch, does that have anything to do with it?
Yeah, putting tinnitus aside, but tinnitus as well. When we receive information, and it's not the first time we received it, so let's imagine the first time it comes as, hey, Laura. And then the next time it comes, hey, Laura. And the next time it goes, oh my God, Laura, are you listening?
My God's had to do that a few times, yeah.
Fair enough. And so when we are getting information from others, our right ear is going to ring. And it's an indication of please pay attention to what this does and doesn't serve in your highest good. The left side, we're getting information from source or from soul. So either through the pineal or the heart, which again, I will explain as the innate biofield in just a few minutes. And so in that moment, especially if we fight against it, it's going to get more painful. But if we surrender to it, we don't need ever, and I want you guys to hear this, capital, bolded, underline, you don't ever need to understand the message. That's ego that wants to know. There's a difference between want and need. What you need is to acknowledge that a message is being received, because as it comes into the pineal, the heart, and the biome, every cell in your body does know what it means, does receive it, and does the magical work of healing, of growing, of releasing. And so don't get caught up in, my ear's ringing, it's a message. Yeah, if the phone's ringing, answer it. You don't need to know it. I'm going to age myself, but when I was a kid, the phone rang, you had no idea who it was, and you were still excited to pick it up. Now the phone rings and you're like, oh no, not answering that.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know why, but I have a feeling it was whoever was flickering my lights a minute ago.
And so that's an influential other communicating with you. I want to just pop through some of these others. Nilda's says wrist, neck, shoulder, headaches, and stomach random aches. So that's a lot of pieces. And I want you guys to hear this, because this is an awesome example. When you have more than one message coming from your body, they're not all the message. There's one message. And so in this case, you would want to close your eyes and you'd want to move through your body. So I'm just going to go in your order, Nilda. So first, the message comes from your wrist. Okay, breathe into that, allow the message, and move. Oh, it moves up to my neck. Okay, breathe into that. Oh, it's moved into my shoulders. Okay, breathe into that. Oh, it's a headache. Okay, breathe into that. Oh, it's a stomach ache. Oh, it's not going anywhere else. There is the root of the message. So if the stomach ache is below the belly button, above the pubic bone, it's a message about guilt and blame. Your creativity and your passion is being stolen. And so then we can move through. The headache is you're not seeing the truth. You're stuck in a reality, a story, or an illusion. Your shoulder is that story and illusion is creating a weight of the world that you either need to remove or at least acknowledge. And then neck is about the funny thing about our neck is about stability. At the back of our neck is a ganglia of nerves that connect us to cosmic intelligence and to Mother Earth. So when our neck hurts, we don't feel joy. We don't trust ourselves. So that weight of the world is stealing your ability to feel joy. And that moves to your wrist. Because of all of that, you have become inflexible. And so there's an incredible story by just listening and following your body.
Did you see Ray's
Maria?
Ray just said, guys, I just forgave and released the person that triggered me, and the pain in my hands is going away, literally. That is so cool, Ray.
And it's even more cool, Ray, that you took the effort. So good on you. Good on you.
Love that. What about the knees? Because the knees and the ankles do tend to have issues with flexibility sometimes too.
The knees are about subservience, and subservience means, so as human beings, our purpose on this planet is to be in service. But in service has been so corrupted, especially if we have the human disease having to please others at our own expense. In service means that you are of enormous benefit because you're doing your work. Your light is strong. You're grounded in your truth. You're not going to get caught up in the collective swirl. Your energy becomes a pillar. That's what being in service means. And so in servitude means that you don't get to be internal because you're a slave to the collective. So your left knee is that you are enslaved to the beliefs you've created, the habits that are manipulating you. Your right knee is you are enslaved to others. You are not minding your own business. Your thoughts, feelings, experiences are entangled, and their expectations of you are creating that physical pain. And yes, ankles are the same, but instead of sadness, grief, and loss, it's a lack of safety, security, and support that is creating the inflexibility.
I see. Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Wow. So it makes you wonder how long these things can plague us. There's something like, for example, my mom's got carpal tunnel.
Mhm.
Could this actually be something that causes an issue like that? That is getting
100%.
worse over the years?
100%. Everything is spiritual first.
Yes.
Intuitively, your mom had an awareness that she ignored. It became a series of negative thoughts,
Normal.
a series of negative feelings,
Yeah.
and it landed in the body to tell her exactly the same that way that we went through Nilda's experience.
Yeah.
And so in what happens is, like, let's say the farthest point of sadness is going to spread from here out. So your mom is that full of sadness
She's
that
literally
she
having
can't.
surgery on both hands because
Oh,
yeah, because she can't take it anymore. She feels like she's got two lobster claws, she said, for her hands.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's something that's obviously been getting worse over time because she didn't deal with it.
And here's the challenge and the simplicity and the annoyance is that if we listen to our body, there isn't a lot of work to do. Ah, I'm being inflexible. Where am I being inflexible? And having the courage to acknowledge that we cause our own physical symptoms
Yes.
by being disconnected spiritually. And that starts out by uninspired, self sabotage, the incapacity to ask for help, depression, and anxiety. Depression is simply being stuck in the past. It's literally anger about the past and not leaving.
That's a big cause of cancer too, isn't it? Holding on to those things.
Primary cause.
Yeah,
Cancer
my
and
father
anger.
died of melanoma, and he was angry over the injustices that happened to him. He lost his whole property of everything. He thinks he had 60 years to eminent domain and to just meddling with politics, and he literally took that pain with him to the grave.
Literally. Yeah. In technology, cancer and anger have the exact same frequency and vibration. No exception. No
Yeah.
exception. Whereas if we project too far into the future, worry is anxiety. And so if you're not in the present moment and you can't listen to your body's going to fill with messages to get you back on your right path.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Let
if
me just
somebody
do a
is
quick.
not listening to the body, let's say somebody that's is got a physical ailment, what is the first thing they can do to figure out the root cause?
Mm. Um, to figure out the root cause. Well, learning what the chakras mean, because they are the messengers of the body, is probably the most important thing, but you can always buy a book for that. The first thing that you want to do is create a way in which you have the ability to listen to your body and not from out here, but from right tight into a singular cell. Uh, That's, that's the magic. And that's the process of doing it. That's my purpose on this planet, is to teach people a 90-second process to activate their innate biofield so that all day long they're capable of listening. And thank you for that segue. Because on September 3rd, I'm doing a 1 hour long free masterclass on how to activate your innate biofield. Literally turning on your ability to listen to your God brain, your soul, and your body. And this is probably the most powerful thing that we can learn. And my purpose for doing this masterclass is I am launching a 21-day quest to teach you how to have a 90-second process to be able to completely listen to source, your soul, and your body. And it's something I've been doing for almost 20 years, and it's changed my life. The magic that happens when I go into my innate superhighway and I find what I'm going to create next. I take it out of that imaginary place and I bring it into my reality. And then, like 3 days later, it's like, oh, I made that happen. It's very exciting. And so the innate biofield is an imagination and breath work cycle where you activate the heart. The heart energy is soul's domain. It is literally the brain of your soul. It's all of the information that your soul came to this space and time. For any of you who have done your soul reveal reading with me and you're like, how does she know that? Because I asked permission to come into your innate superhighway. Your soul takes me into your cellular memory. I open up the closed coffin and I bring out your truth. And that happens because I'm intimately connected to the innate superhighway. And so what we do is we learn about what the heart actually is as soul's energy, how to use your emotion as a guide, but we then create a bridge from the heart to the pineal. Pineal is your ego energy. It's your God brain. Your ego is literally the receiver of cosmic intelligence, and its purposefulness is to guide you and navigate you in this time. But it's been corrupted by generational trauma, by bullshit stories, by powers that want to use us as their battery instead of us being Mother Earth's battery. And so when we are able to connect pineal back to heart, we create the first loop of that infinity figure eight. And so we are soul and ego as one. And then we create a bridge from heart to hara. So that sacred space behind your belly button where over 80,000 nerves integrate and communicate with every cell and organ of your being. We spend a lot of time here at Biome because most human beings do not understand how integral that brain is. We think this is our brain. This is not our brain. This is our mind. Our brain is in our biome, and we've got to stop poisoning it. But I digress. We create a connection from hara back to heart, and that's the second loop of the infinity figure eight. And then I teach you how to travel through that innate biofield to be able to hear, to feel, to see, or to know what ego needs, what soul needs, and what your body needs. And after 21 days, you are literally capable and actually excited to spend 90 seconds every day listening to the messages from your innate biofield. And so I'm super excited to finally have this together. In the past, it was called Take Your Power Back, and it was like this little mini piece of my whole life jammed into this little mini piece. And over the last maybe 8 or 10 months, it's become a foundation of what I'm doing. And my mission on this planet is to teach every human being to activate their own innate biofield, to protect their own energy, to be the battery for Mother Earth so that we can ascend to fifth dimensional conscious awareness. And so I invite you guys to join me on September 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'm going to do a free activation of your heart.
I'm going to share the link one more time. Thank you, Julia, by the way, for sharing it. I've got the soul reading link that you sent me, but I don't think I have the master class. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, that one's the master class.
The one I just shared is.
Julia has it. Oh, Julia has it.
Julia has it, and then I had the soul reveal reading link.
Oh, okay.
But that's fine. We've got it. For courses, like I said, it's all up there, so you guys can see all the wonderful things that she's got on her website. I'll share the link right there one more time.
So in this free masterclass, even if you don't choose to do anything else with me, the purpose of the class, of course, will be educational, as everything I do is. But I'm actually going to activate your heart. We're going to unlock the light codes that are within you at heart, pineal, and hara. And so no matter what you decide to do after that class, you will be activated and attuned to this present moment energy beyond what the collective had created in the past, which is really cool because the more of us who do this, we become the collective. We become the empowered love and light. We become Earth's, I'm going to say this in a way that might not be so true, but it's what she needs us to be. We become Earth's savior. She no longer has to die underneath our feet. We choose to save her. We choose to change that energy. And so that's
We
my little
humans have done that, where we've destroyed planets and then run off to another planet before. We're not going to do that this time, are we? Nope.
We are not. And I think that this comes down, and social, which is the month of August in the cosmic calendar, it comes down to this energy that we chose human being because bones and blood is so different than stars and dust. It's a completely different experience. It's a foreign experience. And we are here to be of service, to be of enormous benefit. And for the last 6,000 years, that enormous benefit was turned to a small few. And we are now releasing it back to the collective.
I just wanted to highlight Jody's comments just now. I just shared the link for you guys. I just found it. Thank you very much. And Jody says, it's been a process for me. It involves lots of healing, but I ask the universe to release any energy that is not my own and no longer serves my highest good. Release karmic attachments and energetic cords that are blocking you from becoming the highest version of yourself. I clear it and transmute it into a positive and send it back to the universe. Lovely, Jody.
Alma, Jolie. So Jody, Alma is a channeled light code, and what it does is it downloads into pineal, heart, and biome the message that you are seen, you are loved, and you are supported. So Alma, Jody. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
So for people that are feeling a bit out of whack today, is there an exercise or perhaps a meditation that we could do to kind of give them an example of how we can kind of self-acclimatize to these energy changes?
Yeah, I'd love to do a standard ground open, connect, protect. But before I do, this is going to be a simple mind blow. There is one thing that you can do every day, ideally, that will radically change the way you experience being human. And if you want to guess what it is,
I have that same bottle.
you're going to drink water. If you believe that your water isn't of a high quality, I highly recommend learning Reiki, honestly. You can take your bottle of water and you can attune it to the kanji. So in this case, I'm attuning it to Chokure of abundance. And I'm giving myself permission to believe that in this moment, the love that I just put into that water has raised its frequency and vibration. And if you follow Dr. Emoto at all, you would know that you literally can change the frequency and vibration of your water by communicating with it. And so it's hard to see because it's wearing off, but this bottle of water has so much love messages on it, and it sits in here for the full day before, and then I put it into copper for the day of. But if you want to radically change your life, hydrate your body.
Yeah.
And I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it a million times. It takes 3 cycles to literally just rehydrate the body. So you want to take your body weight in pounds. So let's pretend I'm 100 pounds. I need to drink half of my body weight in ounces, 50 ounces of water for 3 24-hour periods just to hydrate. And then after that, I need to figure out exactly what the right amount of water is for me daily. But it's going to be at least 8 ounces of water 3 times a day, at the very least. And what this is going to do is flush the toxins out of your body. It's going to provide life force energy to the organs, and it's going to provide messages to your cells. And do you know what that message is, Laura?
I love myself.
Self-love.
Yes.
That's it. Self-love. You are telling your cells, I love you, and I am going to support you every time you drink water. If you drink alcohol, caffeine, or some high stimulant, you need at least 4 ounces of water to flush that out of the system, so it's excluded from your daily self-love routine.
Fascinating. I didn't know that. I realized that water is so important, but you don't realize how much it is for processing emotion and self-regulating so much more about your energy. And besides, one of the funny things is one of the advices that they've given is to, in the morning, like for example, when you go to bed every night and you have a glass of water and you leave it next to the bed, for some reason, the guides, they keep saying you have to dump the water first thing in the morning.
Mm.
And I said, why is it so important to dump that water? They said, if you haven't drank it, you need to dump that water and don't drink it later. And I said, why is that? And they said, because it holds all of the energy that you had when you were sleeping or any other stress that you have. So it basically, absorbs all of these things around it that you may not want to be imbibing into yourself.
And that's the reason I use a copper water bottle and infuse it with chokure, is that everything that happens around you, the water is reading those vibrations. And so within that protected vessel, I've intentionally put protection around it. The copper itself has physical elements of protection. It's literally protecting the water to remain at its highest frequency and vibration. Yeah.
That's why water isn't good after a while. It goes, they say it's stagnant, but it loses like its life force in a way. Like it loses, its charge, I guess.
Imagine something or someone that isn't loved versus someone that is.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
cool.
amazing. Ray says it's the Trojan horse method. Tell your water I love you and thank you. So when you drink it, you're drinking your own love. It's a self-love hack. Yes.
It's a great hack. Yeah, it's a great hack. Okay, so let's do a really, really quick meditation to connect us to our own core energy, to allow the information from Lionsgate Portal to channel through us without any repercussion, and to give us the protection of our own energy that we each need. This meditation is pretty standard. It's called Ground, Open, Connect, and Protect. And it literally is going to do those things. While I'm talking, if your hands are palms facing up, you're giving me permission to energetically come into your bioenergetic field and do psychic surgery as necessary. I'm going to be moving really quickly through the chakras as I'm speaking. If that isn't for you, you still want the Ground, Open, Connect, Protect, but you do not want any psychic surgery, you're just going to place your hands palms down. That's letting my energetic healer know that you're not interested in that energy, and that is perfectly perfect. So first of all, any time that you're doing energy medicine, you want to make sure that your ankles and knees aren't bound over one another. You can be sitting cross-legged, but if you're sitting chair style, you want your legs spread a bit because you want the base of your spine to be able to generate energy coming up from Mother Earth, and your crown to generate energy coming down to Mother Earth. Again, hands, palms facing up if you want to receive, down if you do not. And your eyes are closed if possible, because this gives you an internal opportunity. We're going to connect to our breath, taking 3 deep, gentle inhalations through the nose as I clear any entities, attachments, and non-beneficial energy. Beautiful. On your next exhalation, bring your breath down to your pelvic floor. Imagine that you're breathing in and out of root chakra, so between your pubic bone and the center of your legs. As an energy worker, I'm asking Source to ground each individual into the core of Mother Earth. May your metaphysical roots be strong, thick, and deep. As they move through the minerals of Mother Earth, may your body infuse them. As your metaphysical roots move through the crystal caves and caverns, may you align to your most empowering frequency and vibration. And as you exhale, and your lifeline wraps around the core of Mother Earth, inhale, pulling earth energy up into root chakra. Breathing here for a moment as I do psychic surgery on anything that does not make you feel safe, secure, or supported from within. Staying connected to your breath. In this moment, you are grounded to earth energy. Your body knows that you are safe, secure, and supported from within. On your next inhalation, you'll pull that energy up into the center of your chest. Breathing in and out. As an energy worker, I'm asking permission to do psychic surgery at Sacred Heart to unlock the doors in which your light codes have been hidden. And as you inhale and you open your heart to love at the front of the body, exhale out the back of your shoulder blades and release all that needs to be forgiven. Inhale, opening to giving and receiving love with kindness and compassion. On your next inhalation, you're going to pull that love and light up through the hara line into your crown chakra. It's here that we ask Source to open the portal to cosmic intelligence, to connect us directly to our Akashic record, and to cleanse and purify the hara line silver thread that moves through the pineal, activating the God brain, through the heart, activating soul brain, and through the hara, activating the body brain. As this energy flows through you, within you, and around you, I perform psychic surgery on the disconnection, the isolation, and the loneliness that has blocked you from receiving powerful portal channeled energy in the past. And in this moment, as Mother Earth from below and Father Heaven from above fill your bioenergetic field with infinite love and light, I ask Source to place around you protective energetic field that allows you to be safe, secure, and supported, open to love and forgiveness, connected directly to Source. Taking a deep inhalation, exhale, and release what no longer serves you. With your eyes still closed, please give thanks in any way that serves you. Before you open your eyes, please move your body in any way that you need to release my energy from yours.
Ooh.
If anyone has any questions, concerns, or ideas, or you had ailments that I didn't get to today, please feel free to reach out, Traci at tracitrimble.ca. Please be patient. I will get back to you as quickly as possible. That's not going to be today. I will get back to you as quickly as possible. And I send to each of you from my heart the energy of Alma. I see you. You are loved. And you are supported.
Thank you so much, Traci. That's perfect timing there.
Yep, perfect timing.
Yeah, that was amazing. I felt so at peace just then. I call it a bliss out, where you just feel kind of blissed out for a little bit there. And that was, I definitely felt, I don't know what it is either. I think it was one of your guides that came, maybe Mott or something. I don't know what it was, but I felt the presence of someone around me. And I think it was whoever was messing with my lights. I just saw Egypt in my head. I saw the pyramids. I don't know why.
Well, this is the day we gather at Isis's temple in order to
in my mind's eye, the pillars and everything.
Yeah, Lion's Gate is an Egyptian ritual.
Wow, now that makes sense.
Yeah. The light through Sirius, through Orion, through to the temples is a straight line today.
Wow. I felt very connected to Egypt just now. I mean, I literally saw it in my mind's eye. That was incredible. Wow. I feel like I made a connection to something. It happened when you were talking about the heart, the silver, what is it called? The
Hara line.
The Hara line. That's when I saw it.
Awesome. Channel, and that's what we asked for, is for Source to channel from your Akashic records what you needed from the portal today. So may you all receive, and please remember, it's not about understanding. It's about simply allowing yourselves to receive so that they can take you in the perfect for you direction.
Wow. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Traci.
You're so welcome. Thank you, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. And please know that my purpose is to be of enormous benefit. So however I can serve you, I'm excited to do so.
I'm going to show you a link one more time for everybody. There's the link to sign up for the Your Power Free Masterclass. I mean, you can't get much more generous than that, giving free. So thank you so much, Traci. This is, I mean, what a treat for us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for
Please let me know if
joining
you
us
need
today. And yeah, we have Traci back all the time because she's so wonderful. So we'll see her again in a couple weeks.
Thanks,
Perfect.
guys.
Thank you
Have
all.
a great day.
Have a wonderful
Bye.
Wednesday. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.